Shadow people in Old Washoe Club where I had my big experience. Used to see shadow people all the time when I was a kid, and the Old Washoe Club is where I had that piece of brick thrown back in 2011.
It says in my new book,
The doors kept opening.
Trust your instincts.
Go for it.
This is crazy, isn't it?
What's the craziest paranormal experience you've ever had?
Probably having a piece of brick thrown at me.
What's your go-to investigation hat and why?
Mackey Mansion, because it's always been active every single time I went. Extremely active.
You've been in the paranormal field for over 12 years. What got you first involved?
9 years. What got me involved was an experience at the Old Washoe Club in Virginia City, Nevada, where a piece of brick was thrown at me. And actually,
you saved that piece of brick? Do you have that at home?
yes, I did. I saved it. It's actually it's right here.
Sorry,
It's
Brian.
got bones and bricks.
Yes, and it's in a wood box.
I have a collection. That's actually where this bone was too. Here, I'll put the bone back.
This is perfect.
What's wrong?
Collection of shit that's been thrown at me for pissing off spirits.
Where did I? Oh yeah, I forgot. I was taking it to Virginia City, so it's in my other bag. Forgot about that. Dang it! Well, never mind. I have to put it back in here later. But yeah, I have that. It's just in my bag. I have to go get that in a bit.
Very cool. Hey, what's your cringiest paranormal moment?
Oh my god. I have a number of them. Go watch my old shit. Go watch Paranormal Extreme Crew. That's just all cringe 24/7. That was back in 2011, 2012 when I first was starting out.
So when you actually sit down and write your scripts for the intro, like what you're going to say, where do you get your inspiration for that? How do you string the words together?
Well, it's I feel like I'm not that great of a writer, but it's basically all I do is I kind of concentrate sometimes with music, like this focus music, and I think about what I want to say and try and break things down. But yeah, it's not anything like too crazy. It's just.
What's your favorite documentary you've ever worked on?
I think in some aspects, Man vs. Paranormal, just because it was an interesting experience and I learned some things from it too. It was an interesting psychological experience, and I've also come up with new theories based off of that investigation.
So you have a new team. Let's just say they're about 3 years old, and they come to you and they say, "Matt, I want to maybe we want to build a POV helmet. What are the essentials?"
Well, if they want to do it this exact same way as mine, basically you would need able to put a battery pack on there. You would need a IR POV cam. You would need a good IR light so it reaches a good length, a good distance. So always go to dead light. And then
there you go.
And then I also like to have another light on it, just in case if your other main light goes out, you still have a helmet light. So,
what's your most symbolic tattoo?
This one's my origin story. Shadow people in Old Washoe Club where I had my big experience. Used to see shadow people all the time when I was a kid, and the Old Washoe Club is where I had that piece of brick thrown back in 2011.
Who's your favorite person to investigate with?
Marcus Haug.
I would say Justin, because we think very similarly in aspects of the paranormal. So I like I like that, and also it's more of like when I do investigation with him, we kind of build off theories a bit. So yeah.
So if I created a time machine and you went back in time and you had the opportunity to go work on a scary movie, what scary movie would you like to go work on?
Probably the Conjuring movie. The
Okay.
Conjuring films are my favorite probably my favorite horror films, just because of the music choice that James Wan does. The cinematography is absolutely amazing. But it's Hollywood and they make it pretty, Hollywood like. But I think it's good films.
Okay. All right, Matt. You and me, we're about to go investigate, but of course, before we go, we gotta get a little pump on. What's your favorite pre-investigation workout?
Dumbbells and push-ups.
Very, very good.
And yeah,
How
it's actually
do
funny.
you-
I kind of do.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Yeah. You gotta get the blood flowing. So, speaking of which, because that's at the beginning of the investigation, towards the end, I mean, how do you and your team stay awake during these long investigations?
Caffeine, but at the same time, sometimes I'm just a night person in general, so
Mhm.
usually I can stay up just fine.
Okay. And the last and number 13 question: what's one location you've never been to but always wanted to go?
Chernobyl
Nice.
Chernobyl.
and Provalia, those are my top two.
Hey, thank you so much for watching the video. You can see the full podcast by searching on Facebook, Our Paranormal Podcast, all brought to you by RU Media. This paranormal adventure that we're all on, it connects us. This is our paranormal community. This is Our Paranormal Podcast with your host, Sean Gilmore.
He's worked in the paranormal field for 10 years.
He was featured on the TV show Paranormal Survivor that airs on Travel Channel.
His passion is creating para-unity.
With your host, Brian Mursall.
He's worked in the paranormal field for 7 years.
He leads his own paranormal team.
He wants to help people start their paranormal adventure or grow their existing one. This is Our Paranormal Adventure. This is Our Paranormal Community. This is Our Paranormal Podcast.
It's about supporting. It's about making para-unity a real thing, because we all need to support each other within our community, and that's what the show has always been about.